Hey guys, it's Sissy and I'm back with my high school experience video, and I'm just doing a lot of these videos. So let's get into, I talked about my last video was my first day high school experience, and how it kind of lowered my worries about what high school was going to be like and stuff. And so I was still worried about my classes a little bit, and so because of what happened in middle school about me falling behind, I was really worried about high school. But the teachers, they genuinely cared, and they genuinely try to understand me and try to help me in the best way I could. And so in high school, it got better through the years because I had some of the same teachers, and so some of the same teachers, they knew me, they knew how I learned, they knew that spelling was a big struggle, and they knew that I was really smart and that I was a very repetitive person. I need repetitiveness to understand stuff. And so high school, it was good. My first year, my case manager, she tried to teach me with spelling, but eventually she kind of gave up and realized it ain't gonna get any better than what it is. And so since I really struggled in English, I was in my high school, and I think it's not just my high school, I think it's the whole state of Minnesota, that there's 3 tests you have to take to pass high school. You have to take a writing test in 9th grade. You have to take a reading test in 10th grade, and a math test in 11th grade. And I did not pass that writing test a few times, and so I didn't write too well in my classes, and so I was taken out of regular English class, and I was put in a special ed English class, which I really enjoyed because it was a go at your own pace. It was like a program, and it was a go at your own pace, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that. And so, and it really helped me because they were focusing on your writing ability, not your spelling, on the way you do sentences, on the way you do paragraphs and small stories. And I really enjoyed it. It really helped me to understand how to make a good sense in paragraphs and sentences, and so it makes sense. And so it really helped me out, and my teachers and classes really saw that I was really improving in that. And I still did not pass the writing test because I heard a rumor that you only can get so many words spelled wrong before it's a fail. And my case manager looked into it, and she found out that was true, and she didn't like that because they tried so hard in elementary school and middle school and even trying 9th grade year that I didn't improve in my spelling. Oh, I just kind of remembered. I forgot to tell you about something in middle school kind of experience with my middle school English teachers. Not too good. They kind of were I guess I can go back a little bit in time in middle school. It was we were put in a program base, but they try to keep everyone at the same pace so we would improve at time, and everyone else was improving, and I just couldn't pass the test to go on, and they were like, you need to pass it, you need to move on with everyone else. I'm like, clearly there's a problem here if I'm not spelling or reading right. Clearly there's a problem. And so back to high school, they kind of were what I did, I typed all my papers out on the computer, so I would have that type of spell check, and I would still get my papers, even though for words that I couldn't figure out, I knew, because sometimes spell check, sometimes I would spell words way off the rock, and it wouldn't be even close, so spell check can't recognize what I'm trying to spell. And so after I would try to correct it the best I could, I would get it printed off, and I would have my special ed teachers read it, and they would go and correct, what I was doing. I would try to make everything sound right, go back on the computer, make all the corrections until it was good, until they found it was good. And so my case manager, she was like, it's not fair to you that you tried all these years of trying to improve your spelling and it just ain't getting any better than what you are. And so it ain't fair that since we have such beautiful technology today where we have computers that can spell check and we have phones, like we can even talk to our phone now in a sense, and hopefully, you know, it does it right. Anyone, you know, I try to talk to my phone, and sometimes it does not put what I said. It's like way off the wall. Like, you know, at least, you know, we have that technology and it is improving, it is getting better to help with spelling. And so she says, like, you know, that technology is going to be there for you. That's what you're using. That's what we're teaching you to use. And so I got, like, individually passed on that, so I wouldn't have to pass that writing. So, excuse me. My nose is all sniffly. And so, that was kind of like my ninth grade year experience. Okay, what else do I have to talk about? And I was, like, in high school, they were always talking about, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you mean? And I was always like, well, I don't know what I want to be. My mind changed so many times. Like, sometimes I wanted to be an artist at some point. I wanted to be a fashion designer. But normally when anyone asks me what I want to be, I says, I don't know what I want to be. I just want to help people. I want to help people in some other way. And doing YouTube, I feel like I'm going to help people someday. Because I was told growing up that find something you love to do and you will never work a day in your life. Find a way, find something that you love to do that you can find a way to make money off and you never work a day in your life. And I do have another job where I do make money with my using my bills, and if I one day YouTube get big and make money, I'm, I that's just a bonus. It's just I found a way where I am happy and doing what I want to do as helping people, and I'm not making money right now on YouTube. I have no way. I am not recognized on YouTube yet. I am not big enough yet. And so at this point in time when I'm making this video, and so I know a lot of YouTubers, like, they put their money back in YouTube, but that's probably what I would do. Probably any money I make from YouTube will go into better helping with my YouTube channel. But that's just kind of insight of me and, like, how I was kind of taught, like, find something you love to do and find a way you can make money. So if I do make it big on YouTube, I might use some money to help my life out, to kind of use it as an income and stuff. And so that's what I was taught, and a lot of teachers like that I was told that, growing up, that, find something you love to do. And so it was very hard because in school they wanted you to figure out what you wanted to do for the rest of your life. That way you can take extra credit classes in high school to benefit you in that sense and go to college and stuff. And it was very hard because I didn't know what I wanted to be. I had no idea, I had no idea. Like, if someone told me, oh, you'll be doing YouTube in high school, I'll be like, YouTube? What are you talking about, YouTube? I didn't know YouTube was this wonderful world until after high school. Until, like, almost a year after high school is when I really, like, I knew YouTube, but I didn't know what a society it was on YouTube and how people create content and people have all these subscribers. I didn't know what a subscriber was in high school. If you asked me, I would be like, what's that? And so I didn't know what we're doing this. So basically, if someone's helping this video, don't underestimate. Don't lock things out saying you're never going to do that, because you never know. Like, if someone, like, for the job I'm working now, if someone told me, oh, you'll be doing this job out of high school, I would have laughed. I would have laughed. If someone told me I'd be working in a warehouse and stuff, I would have laughed. That's my other job. I work in a warehouse. I can't tell you guys what I do because of privacy reasons. And so I would have laughed. I would have laughed in their face. They'd be like, yeah, right, I'm never doing that. So don't underestimate things. And so, okay, I'm trying to get back on track here. Making friends in high school, it was kind of like a back and forth thing, I finally did find a good group of friends. I joined what's called Leo's Club, and if you don't know what Leo's Club is, if anyone has ever heard of the Lions Club. Now, the Lions Club is a group of adults, normally elder, that do stuff to benefit their community, their society, of the country and around the world. And Leo's Club is a small base for younger generation where the Lions want to get the young youth into understanding and volunteering. That's what the Lions do. They volunteer their time. They do all sorts of stuff to raise money for awarenesses and all this stuff. Like, they do their own things. Like, there's a thing they do, like, for helping people who are blind to get seeing eye dogs, who maybe are denied, who think they deserve it. They collect old eyeglasses, like old glasses that people, how people who wear glasses, their eyes either get weaker or stronger, so the prescription has to change, and they collect the old glasses that you don't need no more, and they go and they bring it to people in third world countries who can't afford glasses, who can't see, and doctors go and volunteer their time. They test people's eyes to see what prescription they need. They find a pair of glasses that fit their face, that are the closest to their prescription. They may not get their exact prescription, but they try to get it the closest they can. And so those are just two things the Lions do. And with Leo's Club, it helped me get some friends. And I actually knew some of the people in Leo's Club, because the guy friend I talked about, he started dating a girl. He met a girl in middle school, and they started dating at the beginning of high school. And she knew some of the people in Leo's because she knew them, because they dated her brother. It's just, that's a whole another conversation. That's a whole other crazy side. I didn't say side. That's a whole crazy social situation there. And so I kind of knew, and so I kind of became friends with these people, and so that's where I kind of got friends. So some of my friends were older than me. They weren't I didn't have many friends that were in my grade. I had lots of friends that were over my grade, that were in grades higher than me, and that's how I was up until probably like senior year, because all my friends were older than me, and I did find some people that were like a year or two under me or my year that I was kind of, I was friends with, we were friends, but we weren't like best friends like some of the people I had who already had graduated and stuff. And so my social, I had a pretty decent social life, I thought that I didn't have friends, but I look back now, says they were my friends. They were my friends, And so that was kind of my social life in high school. Okay, how my special ed classes work. I kind of talked about this earlier. It's like I wasn't taken out of mainstream except for the English class. I wasn't taken out of classes. I had to take the requirements of different types of English classes that they had, and I was also like in special ed club, but that kind of left me minimum in high school to like take classes that I wanted to take, like art. I didn't really get to take those classes until like 11th and senior year, when I had loads of time, because what I try to do, like if I had a spare class, I try to fill it with a class that was a requirement, like in 9th grade I had one space left, and I did put a kind of like a class that does count as art. I put beginning cooking in there, and in my 10th grade year, all my spaces were filled up with requirement classes, and then my 2 special ed classes I was in. My radiational reading, and then my academic support class where I did my homework. But my case manager, she got it to where I got to drop one class of my gym, because I was in karate, and I was in karate 3 days a week, and I was there for almost 2 hours every day. So they considered that exercise. They considered I was getting enough exercise there, so I get to take at least one class I chose and one class I wanted to take, and I took ceramics, which is pottery. And so, and after my 10th grade year is when I was done with the program for my special ed English, and so that's when I didn't have to be in it anymore. And so, but that's when, and then after 11th grade and senior year, that's when I had to take the other required classes. Like in my high school, like there were required classes for each specific grade. Like in 9th grade, you had to take algebra, you had to take the specific science class, and you had to take gym, at least 2 tries out of the year, because we had 3 trimesters. There were specific classes you had to take for that year, and then there were classes where you could choose when you took it, but, like, and sometime in your 11th and senior year, you either had to take plays or speech class. I took speech. You had to take either creative writing or technical writing. I took technical writing. I disliked that class because it was English. I disliked it. And and you had to take health at some point in your high school year, and there were 2 terms of health class you had to take. And so there were classes like we had to take, but we got to choose when we took them. Like economics was a required class, but you could choose when you took it. Civil something was a required class, but you get to choose when you took it. And like with the art classes, like, we had all sorts of type of singing classes, or like we had drawing 1, drawing 2, painting 1, painting 2, ceramics 2. There were like 3 different types of cooking classes, but you had to take them in order. You couldn't like take the 3rd level without taking the first 2. And so, but you get to choose when you took them in your high school year. And so I tried to get all the ones I didn't want to take out first. So my senior year, which would be my next video, it was filled with a lot of classes I chose, and it was fun. And that's what I suggest doing if your high school is like that. Get all the classes you don't want to take and just wait, and that way they're all done, and that way when you get to like your 11th and senior year, you have all the ones you want to take, and that way you can enjoy it and have fun and be relaxed and kind of relax before you go off to college, if you choose to go off to college. That way you can have fun until you go into the workforce. And so that's what that was like. And so that was kind of what else did I talk about in school. Oh, and prom. At my high school, we had prom for the 11th and senior year, and during my 11th grade year, I did go, and I did take my boyfriend that I have now. And because we started dating 2 months before prom, and so we went to my prom. We didn't go to his prom because like he was, like, that's how we met. He was at my high school, and he had to leave. Him and his mom, personal other story. They had to leave, and he had to transfer, and we just kept in contact, and we decided to start dating in 11th grade year. And so we decided to go to prom because, I really wanted to go. I wanted him to take me. We decided to go to my prom because, well, it was I consider it kind of his prom too, because that was his high school. He didn't choose to leave. He had to. And we knew everybody, so he would know people. It wasn't like we was coming. He wasn't knowing anybody but me, He knew people. And so I didn't want to go to his prom because I would only know him. I wouldn't know anyone else. And so that's what we chose. And so we went there 11th grade year. And it was fun. I probably had more fun at my 11th grade prom than my senior prom. It was fun. And so this video is almost 20 minutes long of me babbling on about high school. And that was my high school experience. So I will see you guys in my next video. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tootsie2525. Same with button in there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!